Okay, problem number 6. Kieran is about to start hiking on a trail that is 1.8 miles long. In his past hikes on the same trail, he had walked at a constant rate of 2.4 miles an hour, which is 0.04 miles a minute. Okay. So the trail itself is 1.8 miles long. In his past hikes, his rate was 2.4 miles an hour, which divides out to be 0.04 miles in a minute. So if the trail is 1.8 miles long, and this is just to get us thinking about this, and he walks 2.4 miles an hour, he's going to be able to finish the trail in less than 1 hour. So that's, just keeping those pieces in mind. What is Kieran's remaining distance on the trail after 10 minutes of hiking? Okay, well, we are going to if he goes 0.04 miles in a minute, how far has he traveled in 10 minutes? So we are going to do 0.04 times 10. Okay, and you've got a calculator, so use it in your toolbox here. So 0.04 times 10. Okay, so after 10 minutes, he has walked 4/10 of a mile, so just under half a mile in 10 minutes. So if he's gone 4/10 of a mile and the whole trail is 1.8 miles, then the remaining distance is that 1.8 minus 0.4. Okay, and you can do that on the calculator if you can't do it in your head. 1.8 minus 0.4 is 1.4. So Kieran has 1.4 miles remaining. On his hike. Okay. All right. All right. Number two. After how many minutes of walking will Kieran have 0.2 miles left on the trail? Okay. After how many minutes will he have 0.2 miles left on the trail? Okay. So if he's got 0.2 miles left, right? So 1.8 minus 0.2. See, I can do this in my head. So he's traveled 1.6 miles of the trail. He's gone that far. And we're going to figure out how long it took him to go that 1.6 miles. Well, if he's gone 1.6 miles so far, and his rate is 0.04 miles per minute, getting our tools out again. So 1.6 divided by 0.04 equals, all right, 40. So how many minutes did it take him to go that 1.6 miles so that he's only got 0.2 miles left? It took him 40 minutes. Okay. 40 minutes. So what I did was take the length of the trail, which is 1.8. If he's got 0.2 miles left on the trail, that means he's gone 1.6 miles already. And if he's traveled 1.6 miles, and I divide that number by his miles per minute, that's 0.04, he has walked 40 minutes so far, and then he still has 0.2 miles left. All right. Function f represents Kieran's remaining distance on the trail in miles, t minutes after he starts walking. Write an equation to represent this function. Use function notation. Okay. So, okay. So the function is distance is a function of time. Okay, so how far he walks depends on how many minutes he's been walking. So the total distance of the trail is 1.8 miles. Okay, and every minute that he walks, he covers 0.04 miles. So every minute that he walks, he covers 0.04 miles. The whole trail is 1.8 miles. So every minute, he's gone 0.04 miles on the trail. Okay. This next one sounds a little bit funky, but it's really not. So write an equation that is the inverse function of f. So if we have, this is our function, okay, f of t, okay, the distance that Kieran's hike is a function of time. The whole trail is 1.8 miles. He travels at 0.04 miles per minute. So all this inverse function means is to get, all you need to do is to get the other variable here, the t, all by itself. Okay. So in order to do that, this 0.04, it has the variable, so we're doing this just like we would with any other equation. First, we're going to move the non-variable term, which is this 1.8. So we're going to subtract 1.8 from both sides. And I'm going to use my text feature so that this stays a little bit nicer. So now we have f of t minus 1.8, and it equals negative 0.04 t. Okay, well now, how do we get the t all by itself? Right now it's being multiplied with this negative 0.04. Okay, so we're going to divide both sides by 0.04. Negative 0.04. Sorry, must include the sign, negative 0.04. Okay, all right. So we've got our t all by itself. Right. Back to my little text feature here. Right, we've got our t all by itself divided by, we're going to leave this 0.04 there, but we're going to put f, negative f of t, and then a negative 1.8 divided by a negative is a positive plus 1.8, and then all of that divided by 0.04. So all we did was get the t all by itself. And type it here. So t is equal to negative f of t plus 1.8 over, oh, it's only going to do the 1.8 over. Okay, let's see. I always learn so much stuff. Nope, still going to do that. Okay, let me erase this then, and I'll go to intermediate so that I can get my little fraction thing here. There we go. So negative, there we go. negative f of t plus 1.8 over 0.04. That's the inverse. And then what information does this give us? Okay, this gives us time in minutes. Time in minutes. And Kieran will be a certain distance, and we can figure out all the different certain distance from the end of the trail. So we can figure out how much time is it going to take him before he's half a mile away from the end of the trail. How much time is it going to take him where he's a mile away from the end of the trail? So there you go.